All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our webinar, our bed talks, as we like to say. Today's guest is Andrew Burkhart with Stone Mountain Pet Products, and he is here to talk expertly about modular kennels and how they can help peak-proof your business. Um, Andrew has been a pet enthusiast for many, many years. He's been with Stone Mountain Pet Products for at least three, and I've seen him at several different trade shows. Stone Mountain Pet Products is always at my favorite trade show, which is the Hershey show that Pet Boarding and Daycare puts on. He'll be there again this year if you're in the area, so maybe you can stop by and see him. But without further ado, thank you so much, Andrew. I'm very excited to learn, how to peak-proof businesses. So thanks for being a speaker with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so we'll just get right into things. Stone Mountain Pet Products, we are 100% manufactured in the United States of America. We are about 30 minutes north of Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where everything gets assembled, manufactured, and shipped out of. So a little bit about us before I get into what we offer. We are actually one of the only companies that manufacture kennel systems is that we actually own and operate two lodges here in St. Paul, Minnesota. One's in Champlin and one's in Blaine. Both of them are over 20,000 square feet, and we have all of our equipment in there. And the reason how this kind of got started is 20 years ago, Dave Larson, who is the owner of Stone Mountain Pet Products, he got into the lodging industry and he was shopping around looking for equipment to put into his first lodge in Blaine and didn't find anything out there that he liked. So he already had a machine shop. He owns a spring testing company. So he was able to create and engineer all of the products that we will see today. The first lodge is 21 years old. All the equipment in there is still original. So we make a good quality product that's going to last a long time for you and your pets. And then this video is just showing some of the lodges that we have. But one of the major things that we sell is our boarding suites. With us, we are going to be 100% custom as far as any size, shape, or layout that you can provide for us. We have a couple different options as far as gate styles. We're going to have our typical swinging and our sliding variations, which you'll see both of. The nice thing with us is that we have flexibility as far as, if you have a space that's already built, you have block wall, or you start from scratch, we have something that we can offer you.
Hey, Andrew.
So, yeah,
We have somebody who's asking if you do service to California.
we absolutely do. We actually service worldwide. So we have shipped product to Korea, Australia, in California. Definitely, we will do install as well with the boarding suites, or we will just ship over to California. And then, so kind of going into some of the boarding suite gate options that we have. This is going to be our tempered glass swinging version. And then our solid paneling. We can do it with or without back panels, so they can be independent standalone units or mounted to the rear wall. Another option as far as tempered glass suites, we're going to have swivel feeders as well, which you'll see a little bit later on just how these operate.
Is there a minimum order?
There is not a minimum order. We can do one suite at a time if you want. The only issue or thing stopping you just from ordering one is the shipping cost.
Yeah.
So no matter where you are, These will be delivered to you on a pallet freight. So it's better to order more, but yes, we can absolutely do one up to whatever you need. And then here is another example of mounting to a rear wall. This will probably be our most common configuration. It is a good cost savings benefit that you're just able to mount on the rear wall. And with us being so custom, you might already have some CMU block walls that you just want to refresh your kennels. So we'll offer just gates, and then we also have CMU block toppers as well. These are fully custom. We will fit this to your facility. We have 2 full-time engineers on staff that help kind of dial everything in. And then more examples of the solid panels mounted to a rear wall. And then our next gate option is going to be our high panel glass top. And then these will have back panels. Same variation, but these will be mounted to a rear wall. And then if you can kind of see over here, with us being custom, this particular customer had a kind of a crazy layout as far as building. So this suite is actually on a 45-degree angle, and we are able to customize this so they didn't lose out additional space or dead space. And then moving along towards our other tempered glass option that we have, it's going to be our low panel glass top. Bottom third is going to be our HDPE paneling, along with our solid side panels. Another variation, and as you might see, we do have 3 different standard powder coat colors, and we have up to 10 different paneling color. No additional cost if you want to do all 10 colors. That's okay with us. Next to our full grill. The nice thing about us is that we use aluminum, so our product is allowed to be used indoor or outdoor. Aluminum doesn't have any iron in it, so it will not rust on you.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
The iron doesn't rust, but what about some of the paneling? How do the different suite options resist water, rust, and also chewers, like destructive dogs?
Yeah, so with us, let me go forward. So we use 1/4 inch HDPE. This is all going to be aluminum as well. So the panel actually sits inside and they have drain holes that are designed. So all of our HDPE paneling, you can power wash. That's how we do it at our lodges. So it's very resistant to cleaning. Um, and then with cleaners, kind of do it like you would do just your standard car wash, get it all sudded up, and then just rinse it down. And with our HDPE, it is resilient to cleaners. And then as far as like chewing, we have over the years kind of designed the spacing of the actual vertical bars. So we found a um, nice spot as far as the distance that the grill is going up and down, where it's very hard for a dog to get in there and start chewing. Obviously, we all know dogs. There's going to be a few out there that do it. But yeah, we've kind of designed this where we had this in mind that, dogs are going to be chewers, and it holds up well with that.
Is the glass scratch proof?
Yes, so we use 1/4 inch tempered glass for all of our glass panels, glass doors, and I've been here for over about 3 years. I have not had one issue with any customers having glass damage. Even speaking with former clients, the glass is holding up well, and they have no issues with it.
Awesome.
And then moving kind of along, we do have the, like mentioned, if you want to do gates only, we can do gates only. If you already have CMU or if that's what you plan on doing for a new or existing facility. And then this would be the powder coat tan. And this would be the powder coat gray. As you can kind of see through here, and we'll see throughout the slide that we do have our grill top panel version as well. We have 5 different panel versions for just our standard boarding suites.
I can see in that picture the little paw on the
Yep, the little guy
fencing.
right here.
Um, can you speak to the safety of the dogs that are in kennels built by Stone Mountain? Like, have you done testing in terms of the width, the spacing, or like how high the bars are to make sure everyone's very safe?
Yeah, so safety is our number one concern, and the testing that we do is continuous through our pet lodge. So when we do, new variations of whatever, they see it first, they test it first. That's why it's nice having a couple different facilities that we're able to put our product in, see how it does for overall use throughout the year. So yeah, safety is our number one concern, and we always do test at our own lodge before moving forward with a new design.
Awesome.
And then this same situation, like I mentioned, this is going to be our high panel, grill top, side panels, black powder coat. And then moving along, same with our low panel glass top. We do offer this in a grill version as well. With these, they're going to have the swivel feeders in here. Um, and yeah, the low panel or the high panel would probably be our customer favorites as far as gate style. And then some more. So one of the things that we love doing with our customers is taking this blank slate over here, kind of going through a couple different options as far as what's going to fit the best, what is kind of the best money generator for you and your staff. This is one of the main concerns about businesses is whether, they have the space to do so, what makes sense, what sizing, and that's what we try to do with each customer is kind of custom tailor our suites to fit your facility, the way you want, the way you believe that it's going to be the best generator of money because it's at the end of the day, it's all about safety. It's all about making a profit and caring for the animals. And then moving along, this is going to be our high panel grill top. And like mentioned, we do have 10 standard colors. If you want to do a color every other suite, like pictured. No additional cost at all. They're all standard colors for us, so there's no price increase or anything for the different colors. And then more along the lines, some more black powder coated high panel. And then this is a great picture of just showing you as far as the height for the HDPE paneling. Left side is going to be our high panel. That's about 4 feet off the ground. So the nice thing about that is, for instance, in this scenario, we have suites that are facing one another. So it's nice to actually have a visual barrier so dogs aren't actively looking across the aisle and barking at the dogs. It's at a nice height that you're able to walk by, peek down, check on the animal, see how they're doing, if they need any additional food or water. Um, and then the low panel is kind of more so designed for if you do have dogs in there that do want some privacy, they're able to lay down, kind of hide a little bit, and then they stand up and they have full visibility going out. And then some more high panel grill top.
Do you find that there are different types of kennels or looks of things that are a little more popular in the luxury suites? Like there are some boarding kennels, boarding facilities that really market themselves as the high-end luxury space for a dog. Do you find that the what those businesses are choosing is different from just kind of more of a daycare, like marketed more towards the average client than the luxury client? Are the choices they're going with the same, or do they are they varied?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of varied from customer facility, what you're kind of marketing. Um, we have different options for every facility. I would say for kind of the more luxury marketing, they do go with the tempered glass for, their luxury side of things, but then for the most part, they'll stick with, the high panel or the low panel. And so most facilities kind of have a mix of the tempered glass, the high panel, or the full grill. Uh, that way they can kind of market and sell different packages in their facility if you want to have your dog stay in the luxury side of things or just kind of like general boarding. So it's kind of similar to, booking a hotel room. It's what do you want to offer? And we kind of do a mix between, I would say, majority of the tempered glass boarding suites and then our higher or low panel version. And then same along with the high panel grill top, we also have the tempered glass tops as well. My favorite gate that we offer is going to be this high panel glass top. Still gives a lot of visibility going in and out, but it brings that kind of sharper image into your facility where if you guys are doing tours, um, customers can actually, look at the equipment. And at our lodge, we always recommend come tour us before you bring your dog for the week. And with them seeing the uh, different versions of, if you have luxury or just, the high panel, it kind of sets them at ease a little bit as far as letting their dog stay there for the week. And then going back to the low panel, and I did want to mention we do have our three standard powder coat colors. We do also offer anodizing as well, which is kind of a clear finish, and I'll be able to show that just in a little bit. With our boarding suites, we do offer additional tops as well. We kind of recommend that each facility should have about roughly about 10 to 20% just in case you do have a jumper. Yeah, and like if you can see that, I don't know if I can zoom in or not, but this facility, they kind of have a mix between the tempered glass and the low panel. And then another gate option that Stone Mountain does provide is our sliding gate versions. All the styles are going to be the same as far as what we've already kind of walked through. The nice thing about the sliding version is that if you have space limitations that you're trying to get as many suites as you can, the sliding version is going to be the best option because you don't have a door swing. And then if you do have small areas that you are looking just, you need two divider panels, you don't need divider panels here. We can work with you as far as your layout, whatever it needs. And so this is one of the luxury side of things that we have in our pet lodge. We went with the sliding version for this just so that there's ample walk room going through, because if we have swinging gates in this area, it gets a little chaotic when you're trying to get one or two animals out at the same time. Full grill version of the standard latch in the powder coat. And then this was what I was talking about as far as aisle space. You're able to maintain ADA guidelines at the 4 feet if you need to, and you're not having door swings going both directions. Creates a safe walkway when you're able to still achieve as many suites as you possibly can. And then one of the other options that we offer for the paneling is our walk-through dog door panel. So the nice thing about these is that if you do have a family of say two coming in, they will be able to go visit whenever, but with safety being our number one concern, anytime there is any feeding, all the dogs get split into their respected suites. And then, excuse me, and then this dog door actually goes down so we separate so there's no accidental food aggression that happens. And then Stone Mountain does offer some different variations of clipboards, which we'll go into more detail. We do custom numbering, custom boards. And then this would be a good example of one of our custom clipboards. This goes on one of our sliding variations that we have, double clips. You're able to number them, letter them. We are able to put your logo on here if you would like. A little different variation of the double clipboards. And then one of the cool things that we offer for our tempered glass is our privacy panels, pictured on the left here. So the nice thing about this is that if you do have the luxury side of things, but you do have kind of a fear aggression dog, you're able to have these panels on site and being able to shut that visual barrier off for the aggressive dog. Just a better look at that. And when you purchase these, you will get clips that you're able to hang these on the wall. So they're very easy to just unclip from the hooks, hang them when in on storage when they're not needed, and able to bring them back to their respected suite when needed. Different variation. These are fully custom for kind of whatever you want as far as logo goes in there. We've done a couple kind of like picture windows. This is our at our lodge, so we put our Stone Mountain logo on them, but these are fully customizable as well. And then our bowl feeders, we offer our swivel feeders, both 1 quart or 2 quart, and we can do single or duals. So the nice thing about our swivel feeders is they have the spring retention clips, so dogs aren't able to pop these out, play with their food. Those bowls are going to stay stationary where they need to, and it's a nice, easy, able to feed dogs that you're kind of scared of food aggression or they're completely hands off as far as care. And then kind of moving along, we offer two different sizes for our insulated dog doors. They are our value of 7.5, and we are actually the only company that does a full four rail system for the insulated dog doors. It's nice just having that rigidity that, you know, the door's not going to flex. It's going to open and close every single time how it should. Um, and ours are insulated up to 7.5. So it's a nice weather barrier. Whether you are in Minnesota like us, where it's freezing during the winter. Otherwise, I do encourage customers in the South also to have these just to kind of help regulate the building. You're not losing a bunch of energy out the building with air conditioning. So this is a kind of a just a preview of those. So we do have our standard 17 wide, 26 high. Otherwise, we have our oversized, which is going to be 19 wide and 36 high. In this photo is going to have our self-locking dog door lock. The nice thing about this is that you do not have to physically go into the kennel to actually open the door. You just activate it by pulling this cable up from the front. That will disengage this lock, being able to have that door freely travel up and down. And then when it gets to its resting position, it's going to be fully locked. So the dogs can't get out during the night. No one can come in during the night as well. And another option we do have for the insulated or non-insulated would be our Omni doors. These are great for play yards going directly out, so you don't have to physically open um, an outdoor door, and you're able to kind of control the flow of the dogs going in and out when needed. So this is going to have the Omni pull up here. It is a shorter cable, so these are designed for access directly to the wall. So you can pull this from anywhere you want, won't damage the wire at all, and you're able to let dogs in and out. And actually, I want to go back to that. So for this scenario, a customer has boarding suites on the other side of this wall. So kind of where this picture was taken is a play yard. So they're going to put the pictures of who's in there, any notes. So when you're letting the dog out for playtime, you actually physically just go to this, pull whatever you need, let them get some exercise out while staff still stays in that play yard and you don't have to walk around. And then you're able just to go down the line and optimize your play yard experience and time for staff. Couple different options we offer for accessories. The dog door lock. We do have wall inserts and then the doggy weather flaps. The weather flaps paired with the insulated door, that's just going to add a little bit extra of that insulation. You can have the door open, no rain's going to get in. A couple other photos of the inserts. And one of our kind of most popular things this year is kind of our new play equipment. What's exciting about this is that we've actually redesigned this. The number one concern that we had from customers that we listened to was this typically would be sent to you on a pallet freight wise, and freight since COVID's kind of gotten a little out of control. So we were able to redesign this for a knockdown style. This is going to get sent out to you UPS, so it's a lot more cost effective for our clients. And it's very easy assembly. And we do include instructions and kind of guides. And the nice thing about these as well, it's with the new design, the tops, the sides, they are going to be kind of free floating. They are still very secure, but these are now rated for indoor outdoor use. These can be left in direct sunlight, and with the HDPE paneling that we use for everything, with the weather, with the shrinking and growing with different temperatures, this is a more durable option with our free floating. And we have a bunch of different configurations, or if you just want to buy one piece, it still gets sent to you UPS. And then I wanted to point this out, this play equipment piece. We have a couple different options for photo opportunities for your business. We are talking about kind of doing a theme for every season. It's nice with pet parents getting updates during the day, or different seasons. And we're talking about possibly doing like a heart for Valentine's Day, a clover for St. Patrick's Day. um but yeah, it's a great photo op for pet parents as well.
Do you get to pick the colors for the different play equipment?
Yes, so you are able to pick the tops and the sides for each piece. If you want every single color you want, we can offer that. But yeah, you get to pick the tops and the sides as well. And then kind of moving along, we have a couple different options as far as the room dividers or daycare dividers. Our most popular is going to be our portable room divider system. It's on a bracket system that you're able to unpin, fold all the panels on one another, and be able to fold this, open up your playroom whenever you need. You really can't see it too well, but we have designed these where we even consider the tiny dogs as far as getting under these. Uh, so we have closed the gaps on that as well. And we can do these for room dividers if you want to do a vestibule or an airlock pictured. We can do so. Man doors, and then we have the dog door options. We're actually running a 50% off the dog door upgrade currently. And then with us, we don't we won't necessarily sell you just panel sizing. We'll work with you as far as what your space is, what your exact dimensions are, kind of what layouts you're trying to achieve. And we'll work with you as far as getting a custom tailored size for your facility. Even if you have obstructions like steel pillars or concrete beams, we're able to help work around that. Along with the panel color, you're able to choose different colors for each section, kind of bring some color into the facility. And then we have our 4-foot options. So these are going to be fixed. They're going to be installed with post systems. So these are kind of designed to, we have an exterior door here, we have a vestibule, kind of an airlock system. These are designed to be put up and never changed or altered. And then the second option we have for our fixed is going to be our 6 foot. They kind of follow the same recipe we have for our boarding suites. We have grill top, we have glass top, solid paneling, kind of working with you as far as what works best for your facility. And then this is just kind of a general of what our capabilities are. This particular customer had a wide open area and they wanted multiple different play groups and they wanted the ability to kind of change their facility as much as they wanted. So we worked with them to get a custom design done. Nice thing is, if you want to take all these out, open this back up, you have nothing bolted to the ground. So all these panels fold up onto one another. And then we do also offer kind of our small dog condos, both tempered glass and grill version. These are nice for, the miniature breeds. If you have a kind of a room that you have your minis in, these are nice. These are deep and a nice option for you. And then moving in, very similar to the pet condos that we have, but our cat atriums, or I'm sorry, our cat condos. With these, same style, tempered glass, grill. We do have the ability to customize and tailor your panel size, color, and whether you want portholes or you don't. And we can do portholes going up and down or side to side, and we can do both. I'm showing you just the example of the portholes. Nice perch, able to have the cat's resting place. And lastly, our cat atriums. These are similar to our boarding suites. These are going to be fully custom to your space. So we can do anywhere from 2x2, 3x3, up to, we previously did a 12x12 freestanding that we were able to design. And with these, they are fully custom. So if you do have some weird walls or windows, we're able to get sizing accommodated for you, and able to have the cats actually visually see out the windows and watch the birds. And this is just another example of how custom we can get with, your existing facility. So no room is too small or too large for us to work with. Different options for our cat perch accessories. And then, so kind of jumping into why we're all here is kind of the hardest thing as a business owner in the pet industry is the influx during holiday times like 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whether you have a long wait list just for you to have that dog stay there, or you end up turning away business. And typically, when you turn away that business, more than likely, unless they are a loyal customer, you probably won't see that business ever come back to you if you do have to turn that away. We do now offer 2 modular kennel systems that work in small areas overflow or your holiday needs. So the biggest thing is which lane kind of fits your business. So we're gonna have our express suite version. We're gonna have our two different sizing. We're gonna have our 46-inch high or our 32. The nice thing about these, it's a toolless installation, so these are very deployable. A lot of our customers will have these in closets, in storage, so when the busy times come up, they're not turning away any clientele during the peak seasons. So two different size options that we offer are 46-inch tall and our 32-inch tall. We have both glass and grill. And then we do also have our side ones. So these are going to have the same footprint, um, about 3 feet wide, 4 feet deep. And whether it's 46 tall or 32, we can stack the 32 on top of the 46. Otherwise, do a double stack of the 32s. It doesn't make sense to do 46, 46 because the size of the dogs that you're putting these in, you're not going to want to lift these up to the second level. They are very spacious, even for the big breeds, Great Danes, St. Bernards. And this is a side door version as far as the express suites. It's going to have the same footprint. This is going to be 4 foot wide, 3 foot deep, 46-inch tall. Nice thing about these is we can offer upgraded casters. Nice thing about these, if you do have, um, grooming, I've had customers that just buy the lower, and if they have a aggressive dog that's in there for grooming, you're able to actually take this from a kind of a holding spot into the grooming area without interactions from dogs. And then you can kind of see here, so this is a pin system, um, welded. These are going to be anodized, so that's that upgraded finish that we offer. And then this would be the glass version, on casters. They do have a 1/4 inch ABS molded tray. It does fit in there snug, so there isn't a whole lot of wobble room back and forth. It's very durable. Um, Pretty much anybody can sit on one of these and it's not going to crack, break, or chip. And this is removable, so if a dog does have an accident, you're able to kind of do a quick wipe down, take these out, sanitize them, rinse them, put back into place.
So are these all modular kennels that theoretically could get broken down and stored and just brought out for peak seasons?
Correct. So with the express suites, these are the deployable options. So yep, they're able to put into closets, storage, and
How
pull these
small do
out
they,
during peak.
do you have photos of what they look like when they're broken down?
Yep, and I'm actually going to show a video too of how easy these do get broken down. I
Nice.
think that so. Here is 14 suites, 2-person option. So this was about a 45-minute operation that it took, 2 people to break down the 14 suites. They do store flat. You're able to kind of wheel these away, put these into storage if you need them during, and pull them out during peak season.
This might be a weird question, but do those little wheelie dollies, is that part of the system? So you can just break them down onto their
Yes.
own. Okay,
Yep.
it's pretty neat.
And then our second modular that we started offering this year is going to be our base camp options. So same footprint as far as sizing, about 3 by 4, and then the different sizing, 46, 32. Only difference between the base camps and the express suites is this is a bolt together version versus the quick release pin system. So these are going to be a lot more cost effective. These are powder coated versus anodized, um, but still using all of our just standard products as far as our HDPE paneling, the aluminum, the tempered glass. And so if you can see up here, bolt together system, these are very easy to install. These are more designed if you have a smaller area, a 12 by 10, 10 by 10 room that you're just looking to kind of maximize your occupancy. These are designed to be left up all year round. If you sell the business, if you move to a bigger, these do all get taken apart. Nothing's bolted to the ground. So you're able to take these with you as well. And that kind of summarizes the peak proofing, your business as far as the two different options. Uh, I do appreciate you having me on here and just being able to kind of work with you. I know we've had a good long standing history with each other, so I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know if our everyone here knows it, but Kuranda and Stone Mountain Pet Products have been working together for I think more than 20 years. I should have looked it up before I came on here, but yeah, a long time that we've been doing business together. It's fun having relationships with other manufacturers in the US. I have a quick question from a viewer. What about some cost estimate on the tempered glass suites? Are there just like a range or is it all totally custom based?
So, best thing for them to do is just to reach out to me. I can give you usually put a quote together within a couple hours, get it off to you. Uh, we kind of ballpark the tempered glass boarding suites, kind of about a $2,500 range for the 6 foot version. But yeah, the best thing would be to reach out to me. I can get you a price quote pretty quick,
Okay,
and that includes shipping. So you don't really have to guess as far as what the all-in cost is gonna be.
awesome. And I have posted your contact info, your cell phone number, your email, the website in the chat. I will also I'm recording the webinar and it will be posted and shared to our KurandaPro webinar series index page. So anybody who wants to reach out to Andrew for, more detailed, individual questions, then all of his information is here and I'll also be sharing it as soon as I get that recording live on our website. Does anyone else have any other questions before we say goodbye to Andrew for today? I think we're all set. But again, your contact info is set up there, and hopefully everyone gets all the answers that they're looking for. Thank you so
Perfect.
much,
Yeah, and
Andrew.
yeah, thank you. And if there are just, general questions, just feel free to reach out to me as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and thanks again, Andrew. This was very informative.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone.